Okay, let's call to order the planning committee meeting of Tuesday, December the 2nd. It's 4 o'clock. Motion on the minutes. Move second. All those in favor, contrary carried. Our next meeting is on December the 16th. And just so you know, Councillor Wolf is remote, Councillor Day is en route, and Councillor Narrow is probably in Ottawa. The first item is an application by Peter Liu for zoning at the amendment to the residential mixed-use commercial ZMU 17 River Drive, number 4 Road, Bridgeport, zone to add to a health services minor as permitted in the unit 2005 on River Drive. And Cynthia and Chris, go for it.
Through the chair, I have nothing to add, but if I may, I would like to highlight a few points. So this application is for a text amendment to the ZMU 17 zone to add health service minor as a permitted use at unit 2005, 10011 River Drive to enable a dental office to operate on the entire second floor of the non-residential portion of an existing mixed-use building at the site. The proposal is consistent with the land use designations in the official community plan and Bridgeport area plan and enhances the area's livability by providing for an appropriate and convenient neighborhood service. Lastly, the existing on-site parking has been confirmed to be sufficient to accommodate the proposed use. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, are there any questions from committee? I see none, but Councillor Wolf, let's move and second. Is it for first readings on the floor? Michael, you're on. Hello.
Yeah, thank you. Through the chair to staff. My question is, was that whole second floor, it was never allocated for like community amenity space or something publicly accessible? If so, could you elaborate? Thanks.
Through the chair, that entire portion of the building, both the ground floor and the second floor, was intended for commercial uses. Any of the uses permitted in that part of the site could have gone there. So there's a range of commercial uses that were that are already included in the zone, but this to permit dental office is the health service minor use. It wasn't in there, so we have to add it to enable this use.
Sure. And just to follow up then through the chair, was there any indoor amenity space part of this development?
Through the chair, yes, there is an indoor amenity space provided for the other uses on site, the residential uses. It's located in another building on the site.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, Alexa.
Thank you for the report. I'm wondering, things like doctor and dentist, is it reasonable that they should just be in that zoning in the first place? Like, is that something worth doing a little bit of a deeper dive in, not on this particular thing, but in general? Certainly for a doctor's office, don't we want people to be able to put a doctor's office anywhere that they're willing to put one?
Through the chair, so the zone does allow for office, but it doesn't allow, it did not allow when it's a site-specific zone, so it was developed to, based on the rezoning at the time, which was, I believe, adopted back in like 2012 or something. And at that time, the dental office and medical offices wasn't contemplated as a use that they were going to put there. Now we have to do this for that unit.
Mr. Reese wants to add to your comment.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, if I may. Dental offices and health services minor is a permitted use in a number of our downtown zones and other commercial areas of the city. In this instance, as Ms. Lucier had indicated at the time of that the redevelopment was proposed, they were not proposing this use. And so the intention now is to insert that back in at the request of the applicant in order to facilitate a dental office on this particular site, given its site-specific zoning.
Okay, thank you. Just because we're obviously going to OCP discussions tomorrow, and presumably, I think most of us think that if someone will put a doctor's office in anywhere that you could have any other office, it should be allowed. And so I guess we can talk more about that tomorrow. I can read more tonight before I show up tomorrow, but yeah. Thank you.
All right, very good. Carol? we moved it and put it on the floor. So
Yeah,
it's
thank
on
you so much. I agree with Councillor Liu. I mean, daycares and medical offices should be allowed everywhere. And so as we go into the OCP review, I think that's a logical thing to change so that they don't have to come back and ask us later on. So it's just a thought. Thank you.
All right, all those in favor? Contrary? Carried. Thank you very much. It'll go to a public hearing, what, December 16, I believe, thereabouts? Oh, it'll be January, okay. All right, January, first meeting. Okay, the next is a housing agreement application for Golnier Avenue, which was the former Mineral Boulevard. And it requires first, second, and third readings here. And do we have anything to add?
Nothing to add, Mr. Chair.
You want to say anything? Well, I move the recommendation, and thank you very much for the good work. Any further discussion? Carol, hang on here. There we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's senior housing, right? I got that right? And I think that it should be give priority to people who have lived in Richmond for most of their lives, either born in Canada or have lived in Richmond for, say, 50 years or more. The reason I think that is that 25% of our homeless are seniors. And given that this is such an important complex, is there a way for us to make amendments to add that to the requirements that all new applicants would give priority to Richmond residents, pioneers?
Through you, Mr. Chair, to Councillor Day, there is an opportunity to add that to any housing agreement that comes in for amendment. In this particular case, I would just identify that the not-for-profit owner and operator of Kiwanis Towers is Kiwanis Senior Citizen Housing Society.
Yeah.
So they do have a mandate to serve Richmond residents.
Yeah, they're doing that already, Kiwanis is.
Yeah, just, is there a chance of getting a rundown of the demographics of the people who are staying there? Because it's a lot of housing units, and I'm just concerned that the Richmond seniors that have been here for most of their lives have maybe been left out of the equation on this particular location.
Through you, Mr. Chair, to Councillor Day, we can certainly ask for some of that information. I'm not sure how much we would be able to disclose publicly, but I'd point to the housing agreement again, just to say that it does set an age limit of 60 or older to be eligible for housing.
I get that. That's not what I'm getting at, though. What I'm getting at is
Some of
that,
these are subsidized as well.
yeah,
So you might not
exactly.
be able to get that information.
Okay, if you could send a memo before the council meeting, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whenever you can, okay? So all those in favor? Contrary, carried. Thanks very much. Great stuff. And we've got two managers' reports. We'll see how the efficiency comes here now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll be quick. I just wanted to provide committee an update on Bill 25. This is the Housing and Municipal Affairs Statutes Amendment Act, which received royal assent last week on November 27th. Bill 25 is intended to address inconsistencies in the implementation of small-scale multi-unit housing, or SHMU. Bill 25 gives the province expanded powers to regulate building type and form, floor area ratio, and off-street parking requirements. Province is not proposing to use its expanded powers at this time, provided that municipalities comply with its regulations. Richmond zoning bylaw complies with the province's requirements by rezoning 27,000 single-family properties and duplex lots to permit SHMU. As permitted by the province, lots were also exempted from rezoning if they were within 800 meters of a Canada Line station and subject to Richmond's TOA or Transit-Oriented Area bylaw, or if they were larger than 1 acre, without access to water or sanitary, or inside the agricultural land reserve. In addition, the province granted an extension for the Steveston town site area from SHMU, subject to infrastructure upgrades by 2030. And lastly, staff will continue to monitor the SHMU development and related provincial legislation and report back to committee and council as needed.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. And our final one.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm happy to announce that as part of the city's permitting optimization project, effective December 8th, applicants will be able to apply for their rezoning applications online through the city's online application portal called My Permit, and that's located on the city's My Richmond platform. The city's permitting optimization project is an initiative to optimize application intake processes and improve customer experience for all development and building permit applications. The My Permit application portal provides a step-by-step guidance and identifies application requirements based on proposed project details. The portal also enables electronic document submission and payment of eligible fees online. Through the permitting optimization project, further expansion of My Permit to support additional permit types is underway, with some new residential building permit types and development permits expected to be released in mid-2026.
Okay, Carol has a question.
Thank you so much. That's great that we can apply online. Would that also speed up the process for approval?
So through the chair to Councillor Day, the My Permit portal is anticipated to help streamline the submission process and facilitate the submission of complete application submissions. It builds off of other work that the city has previously done in order to clarify our submission requirements and updated application forms. As all development, once we have completed the technical review, those are brought forward to council in a timely manner.
So the key is to fill it out properly and not miss any boxes. Is that correct?
Through the chair to Councillor Day, that is part of this system's implementation.
And how do we make sure people do that?
Through the chair to Councillor Day, the system has been designed to identify, applicants will be requested to identify what type of application they're applying for, what type of rezoning they're applying for, and they are then subject to a dynamic list of submission requirements that changes based on what they are proposing, and will ensure that that documentation must be provided at the time that they make the application.
So in other words, it wouldn't go forward unless you had that box ticked.
Through the chair to Councillor Day, yes.
Good, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Oh, sorry, Alex. There we are.
Thank you, this sounds really exciting. So will we be able to get maybe a disaggregated report on a quarterly basis of how long things are sitting in each queue and where they're sitting, please?
Through the chair to
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that one's working. Go ahead.
Through the chair to Councillor Liu, applicants, once they do apply, will be able to see the progress of their permit online through the portal. The applications, once submitted, do end up turning into Amanda application types, and that is able to be tracked by staff.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Anything else for the good of planning? Move adjournment? We're adjourned. Thank you very much, all. All right, we have an in-camera.